I saw some text messages, and I Miss Diane was going to be out. Egon. Oh, Melissa, this must be awesome.
All right, well, happy Friday. For anybody who's coming across this video online, we've been doing these classes virtually in a private Facebook group, and now we're switching it to here. So this is a chair yoga class, and as you all know, here in person, anything you do, you're doing at your own risk. So really encourage you to listen to your body. Nothing we do should hurt or elicit any pain. So just listen to your body, modify things if you need to. Do what works for you. And I will cue you all along the way, but just because something works well for my body doesn't mean it will for yours, so, and vice versa. All right, so we'll start here in our seated mountain pose with our ankles lined up under our knees in alignment with the hips, shoulders relaxed, and feel that tall spine. As you get that tall spine, you feel those core muscles engaged just a bit. And you want to make sure you have some space between you and the back of the chair. That chair is a good sturdy frame that gives you support, but we're using our own muscles for that same support here today. So we've got that tall spine. We want to relax through the shoulders, relax those arms, soften through those feet, feel your legs release a bit as you do. And focus on some slow, deep breaths. I'm often amazed at how I can make it this far into my day and not even have thought about my breathing. But I love that we can bring our attention to our breath, we can connect with it, and use it to really soften and relax through our bodies. And Heavenly Father, we are so grateful to get to be here, to be together, whether virtually or in person. Thank you for the opportunity for connection. I know you created us for connection, and so I thank you that this meets that need. I also know that you created us in these bodies, and you encourage us to offer them as living sacrifices to you. And I pray that in caring for them well, we can do that in one small way. Today, I pray that we'll listen to our bodies, that we'll work with your design, and that you'll bless this time and each person participating. In Jesus' name, amen. As you exhale, go ahead and drop your chin to your chest. And as you inhale, roll your head around to the left side. Exhale, take it back down and around towards center. Inhale, same thing on the other side. And take it back down to center. We're just going to continue in that range of motion, linking your breath with your movement, keeping those shoulders relaxed, keeping that pace slow. And as you go through this range of motion, really try to tune in and notice where you feel that stretch. You should feel it travel from one side of the neck all the way around the back to the other side. All right, when you get your chin back down to center, go ahead and slide your hands to the front of your knees. Tuck your pelvis and round through your spine into a seated cat stretch. And then as you exhale, tilt that pelvis forward, chin lifts, chest goes forward, shoulder blades drawn down, seated cow. Let's do that again. Inhale, seated cat. Exhale, seated cow. Let's do one more each way. Inhale into that cat stretch. And exhale back to that cow pose. And let's come back up to our neutral spine. We're going to take a big reach here. Take those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, take those arms out and down. Let's do that again. Big inhale. Feel that belly button pulled in towards your spine as you reach those arms overhead. Exhale, take those arms out and down. Good. Let's do that one more time. Big reach, big inhale. And then as you exhale, take a seated twist here. Right hand goes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand grabs that chair and uses it to gently twist through your torso. Shoulders are relaxed. And just settle in here. We're going to stay here for several breaths. So just relax into it, keeping that spine tall. All right, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Same tall spine here, shoulders relaxed. Slow breaths. All right, let's release. We'll come back to center and then go ahead and draw that left knee into your chest. Clasp your hands over that left shin. Keep that tall spine and then just begin to draw some circles with that knee. So same thing here. We're linking our breath with our movement. So we're inhaling as we draw that knee in. Exhale as you take it out and around. All right, and then let's switch directions. All right, now just bring that knee into your chest, get that tall spine, and then let's take those circles to our ankles here. So draw some circles with your foot, working into that ankle. And we'll switch directions. All right, now go ahead and just extend that leg all the way out in front. And this time just point those toes down and then up. So the ankle stays immobile. We're just moving through the toes here. Down and up. And one more time each way. Perfect. You can relax that foot down. We're going to take a big reach here. Bring those palms together. And as you stand up out of the chair, you can bring those hands to heart. And then we're going to go right back down into that chair, but we're going to do it slowly. So send those hips back. Just very slowly, as those hips go back, that chest is coming down, but it's staying tall. Nice tall spine. We're going to go all the way to the chair, so just take your time there, really trying to control it, strengthening those legs. Nice job. All right, now you may need to kind of brace yourself on the side of the chair here. We're going to extend those legs, so if you need those hands for support, you can do that. Nice tall spine here, and then as you inhale, just extend those legs out in front. And then exhale, bring them back down. Good. Inhale, extend, squeeze those quads. Exhale, slowly bring them back down. Let's do that one more time. And then keep those legs extended and just point and flex through those feet. Great. All right, you can lower those feet down. We're going to draw that right knee into the chest now. And then just begin those circles, linking your breath with your movement. All right, now we'll switch directions on those circles. And go ahead and hug that knee into your chest, tall spine here, and then circles through that ankle. And we'll switch directions. Great. Now go ahead and extend that leg all the way out in front, and then we're just taking those all 5 toes down and up. So just pointing and flexing, but just through the toes, really isolating those joints. All right, set that foot down, and then we're going to do those leg extensions again here. So inhale, extend those legs. Exhale, slowly take them down. Now really try to squeeze into those quads. You can get so much more out of this when you really engage those muscles. And exhale, take it back down. Good. One more time, we're gonna hold this time and then just point and flex. You got 2 things here, really 3, tall spine, tight quads, and then pointing and flexing through those feet. All right, you can slowly release those legs. Let's take a big reach again here. Palms together, hands to heart as you stand up. And then this time we're going to just do our chair pose. So we do our chair pose with feet apart for some more stability here, about shoulder distance apart. So same thing here, hips are going back as if we're going to sit down into the chair, but we're not going to go all the way down. We're going to keep that spine tall. Try to keep those knees from shooting forward. Instead, we're sending those hips back. Nice job. And then just find that balance here. So trying to find that balance between both feet so that it's evenly balanced from left to right. And then we're looking at that forward and backward balance really lined up over the arches of the feet. Great job. Go ahead and take a big inhale, big reach all the way overhead. And then exhale, forward fold. Take a big scoop with those arms and let's reach all the way back up again here. And exhale, take it all the way back down. And one more time here, bring those arms together. We're going back to that chair pose. So taking it back down again, we're not sitting in the chair, just going into that pose, into that position, finding that good strength through the legs, really using this to help just align our frame, and it helps align our hips, getting into this position. Those muscles pull everything into alignment well by holding this, continuing to breathe. And let's take it all the way back up. Exhale, take that forward fold. Take a big scoop with the arms at the bottom, and then let's reach all the way back up again. And again, here we go. Take it all the way back down. Inhale, reach all the way back up. Bring those palms together. One more chair pose here. Take those hands to heart. Keep that chest lifted so you've got that straight line from the crown of the head back to that tailbone. Great job, you guys. And if you're back into those heels, just shift your weight slightly forward so you're over the arches of the feet. And bring it back up. Nice big reach here. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to stay down on this forward fold. Let those arms and head just hang towards the floor. And just gently begin to sweep those fingertips around the perimeter of your feet. We're doing this by shifting our hips gently and slowly from side to side. All right, go ahead and bring it back to center. Let's just slowly roll up. Just focusing on Keeping this slow, keeping that chin down, arms relaxed, and that head will be the last part to unroll. And relax those shoulders at the top. All right, let's take it to the left side of the chair. All right, we're going to keep this left foot forward. We're going to step that right foot back. So we're bent into that front leg, that front knee's lined up over that front ankle, back heel pressed down towards the floor, and you've got your belly button pulled in tight, nice tall spine. We're just going to relax here in this position, getting that good stretch through our hip flexors and through our calves. Shoulders are relaxed. Nice tall spine here. And throughout this whole sequence, you've got this chair here for support if you need it. You can always do that with that hand off. All right, let's go ahead and step back forward. And then we're going to go right back into that. Same leg goes back. This time we'll add those arms. One arm or both arms, reaching overhead, coming into our warrior one. Again, sinking into that front leg. Great job, you guys. Belly button pulled in tight here. And then inhale, just straighten that front leg. And exhale, bend back into it. Nice, let's do that again. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more time here. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. All right, let's go ahead and step back forward. And then we're going to step right back into it. Use one hand for support if you need to. And sink forward into that front leg. And then this time we're going to open it up into our warrior two. So that back foot angles out at 45 degrees. You're reaching through those fingertips here. And that spine is still nice and tall, reaching toward the ceiling. Now inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend back into it. Good. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now straighten that front leg. Turn those palms so they're facing to the right, keeping those arms extended, or you can bring that right hand to the chair. We're going to slowly lower these left fingertips down to the inside of that left leg. So again, right hand can be on the chair. You can also have that left hand resting on that leg if you need to. Feel that good stretch through that left leg. And inhale, bring it all the way back up. We're going to drop that back arm, reach that front arm all the way up toward the ceiling and sink back into that front leg. Bend that knee. Good job. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. Relax that arm down. We're going to step that back foot forward and go right into our marches. So for our marches, we're just alternating knees, bringing them up into a 90-degree angle at hip height. Nice slow movements, belly button pulled in tight, working on our balance here. And if you drive that heel into the mat, I think I drive this into you about driving your heels into the mat. You'll get that glute to engage and work on strengthening that as well and activating it. All right, go ahead and set that left foot down, put a little softness in that leg, and just put that right foot forward. And again, you want a little softness in that left leg, and just see how much you're using the chair here. If you can take your hand off the chair and hold it, that's great. If you need it just for a little balance, that's fine too. And just work on that balance here for just a few seconds, keeping that tall spine, slow breath. And that chair is fine for support. We just don't want to lean on it too much. And then go ahead and release. Good job, you guys. Let's take a big reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Go back to those sweeps. Just letting those fingertips drift as you shift those hips. Hips shift, fingertips drift. How's that? Little Friday poetry. All right, when you come back around to that right side, we're going to grab the outside of that right leg with the left hand. Left knee bends. Right hand goes to the chair for support, or you can reach it up toward the ceiling. Really just see what works for you. Now, I tend to go right back into my heels when I get into that position, so I always have to remind myself, shift forward just a bit. And go ahead and bring that arm down, cross it over to the outside of the other leg. Gently pull your chest down toward your thighs. Let your head hang again. Notice if you're back into those heels. We want to know where our center of gravity is. Be aware of it. And shift it just gently into a more supportive position. All right, release those arms. And let's slowly roll up together here. And when you get to the top, just relax those shoulders. All right, let's go to the other side. So this time, right foot stays forward, left foot's gonna come back. Got that bent front leg, getting that good stretch in that back leg. Tall spine here, belly button pulled in, and then just relax those shoulders. All right, let's go ahead and step back to the front. And then we're going to go right back into that. Same leg goes back, same leg forward. And this time we'll add that warrior one. Again, that can be both arms reaching or one hand down on that chair. So we are going to add that leg straightening there in the front. So might challenge that balance just a little bit. Here we go. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Great job. Exhale, take it back down. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Perfect, you guys. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Now hold that. Draw those shoulders down. Reach through the fingertips. And we're going to step back forward. All right, we're going back into it one more time. Use that chair if you need to for support, especially as you transition. And then let's take it to our warrior two. Open up that back foot. Bring those arms in alignment with the shoulders. Nice tall spine here, and then just relax through those shoulders. Belly button pulled in. And then here we go. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend. And that back hand can be on the chair if you need it for support. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good. One more time, we're going to straighten. We're going to flip those palms so that they're facing toward the left. And then we're going to slowly lower that right hand down. Left hand reaches or goes to the chair. Whatever feels best for you here. This is one of those times when we're in this class where we want you to be selfish. I want you to do what works best for your body. Think about you first so that you're getting benefit from this, not hurting yourself. All right, let's bring it back up. We'll drop that back arm. We'll reach that front arm, bend into that front leg. Use that chair if you need to. See if you can look at those fingertips up, reaching toward the ceiling there. That challenges our balance as well. And then inhale, straighten that front leg. Relax that arm. We're going to step right through to those marches. Great job. All right, just a few more. Excellent work. All right, now we'll shift that weight into that right leg, but again, we don't want to lock out that knee, so keep a little softness in it. And then just extend that left leg out in front, tall spine. Maybe find a spot on the floor that you can focus on, and then just see what you can do there with your balance. Try to notice what's going on with the support foot. Really try to press into that big toe, pinky toe, and heel, especially big toe ball, pinky toe ball, and heel. Those 3 points, kind of find that balance between that. Great job. Go ahead and relax that leg down. Let's take a big reach here. Exhale, let's forward fold and take those gentle sweeps. All right, when you get around to that left side, we're going to grab the outside of that left leg with the right hand. Left hand can go to the chair, right leg bends, or you can reach that left hand toward the ceiling. Try to keep that left leg as straight as you can get it. It's all right if it's soft a bit. You don't have to lock it out. You'll know, you'll feel it in that hip if you're doing this either version, straight or bent. Just feel that good stretch in that left hip. And then let's bring that left arm down. We'll cross it over to the outside of that right leg. Both legs are straight now. Gently pulling your chest down toward your spine, letting your head hang toward the floor. Weight over the arches of the feet. And release. Go ahead and roll up slowly. Relax those shoulders at the top. And then we're going to go to the front of the chair for one more chair pose before we land for our last few minutes here. So take a big reach with me here. Bring those palms together. Bring those hands to heart. Just take it to chair pose. Good. Again, really just focusing on our hip stability and alignment here. So try to relax through those hips, through your pelvic floor. Keep that chest tall. Good work. Take a big reach all the way up. And then we're going to go right back down. This time we'll make it all the way down to the chair. And relax. All right. And then if you'd like to finish up on the floor, you can do that. Or you can finish right here in the chair. We'll finish with a lying twist for you if you're on the floor. For those of us in the chair, it's our seated twist. So left leg goes over the right leg. Right hand comes to the outside of that left knee. And left hand grabs that chair. If you're on the floor, you're extending that left leg out. Right leg is extended. Everything else is the same here. Just relax into it. Take some slow breaths. And I love as we wind down here just knowing all the good, gentle care we gave to our bodies today. In addition to that, we did it together, and we're created for that, created for connection. You did good things for yourself today. All right, let's go ahead and release. We'll take it to the other side. Relax those shoulders. If you're on the floor, focus on relaxing that extended leg. Relax both feet. All right, let's release. We'll bring it back to center for our last pose, which is the same as our first pose. So that seated mountain pose, or if you're on the floor, just relaxing those arms and legs. So for those of us in the chair, we've got that tall spine, but we want to soften everything else. Just relax. We'll finish up here the same way we started with those slow, gentle breaths. Thank you. All right, if you're on the floor, you can go ahead and move back up to your seated position. Let's take that last big reach together here. Arms reach, palms come together. Bring those hands to heart. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face shine upon you. May he be gracious to you, turn his face towards you, and give you his peace. So enjoyed that today. Such a good way to finish off the week. Glad you guys were here.
When I first started this, doing that line twist,
yeah,
like this,
Uh-huh.
I couldn't touch the floor.
Wow.
Now look.
Let's see. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
It don't hurt.
That's
It don't
awesome.
hurt. Did you send our May calendar?
I did not yet.
Oh, okay. I just, last time, I didn't get it from it. I just check it to see if I
Yep. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to stop this. I don't know.
It is so amazing how you don't use your muscles, you lose them.
Yeah, so true.
It's just, and with Dave, I don't try to make him do it right. He's moving and he's trying. So amen. As long as he's moving, but he can't even hardly bring this knee up.